Hey, so last week I was going to make a video. I was actually really excited about it on why people don't make videos who would like to make videos. And I was thinking through, okay, well, what are the things that I could talk about? And when am I going to do it? Because it's summertime, my kids are off from school. I'm the main parent, and I have very little time because I'm going from one thing to the next, and then in between, I'm kind of, frankly, exhausted and overheated because it's summer. And I have a big project that I'm doing, and that I'm building an audio booth, and even that is taking a dreadfully long time to get little tiny steps done. And so I didn't make a video last week. And even though I knew I wanted to make one, I felt like I needed to make one. And curiously, the video was supposed to be a discussion, which would hopefully be helpful for people to see who were having a difficult time making videos. And I was going to put it on YouTube. It was going to be, your typical film practice video. But I didn't do it because I came up against obstacles that I didn't surmount. So I thought that because I've had this experience and because it was the video I was going to make anyway, I would make it today. And then I thought, it's not a good day to do it because I'm supposed to see a double feature. It's the 4th of July. I don't have time to set up like my regular shoot. And the washer is going because, frankly, the pool towels stink, at this point, because I do laundry every day and I just didn't get to the towels. So I thought, oh no, I can't do it today. And then I thought, you've been saying that for a week and a half now. So why don't you just hop on the computer and do it? And then I thought, yeah, but it's like, I don't enjoy doing it this way as much as I do. And then I thought, no, just do the video and share it with the group, and if nothing else, it will be a attempt at this video. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but one of the children is tapping on the floor. You probably can't hear it, but I can. So here are things that I think make it difficult to make videos. Number one is the technical problems that arise with making videos. It takes a certain amount of know-how, and even though for the most part people can press start and stop on their iPhones, they still feel like, well, then how do I upload it, or how do I make it look better, and so on and so on. And those thoughts and worries can keep people from doing it, at least they think, until they know that they will be able to figure that out. A second problem, which you just saw, was that I burped, right? And so you might be doing your video. You might have said, well, screw the technical problems. And then, you have some kind of a mishap. And then you think, oh, great. There goes that take. Now I have to do it over again. So, and you're like frustrated by that because you feel like you screwed it up, by burping or whatever. Well, that's another problem. Is people have put high demands on their performance. They think that it has to be perfect, or at least it has to be in the ballpark of acceptable. And knowing that they don't have the time to commit to that can keep them from doing it. So there are performance-related issues that come up. Connected with performance, there are feelings that we have in terms of ourselves, which might be related to, oh, screw it, I haven't had my hair done, or I actually got a haircut. I don't know if you noticed it, but it's kind of crazy today. And I thought, it's crazy, I can't do it today. But then I said, oh, I can do it. But there are other thoughts that might come up, like, oh, I have a really bad sunburn, or, oh, I haven't removed that spot off of or I still have, to shave, or whatever. And that those thoughts can keep people from doing it. Those thoughts are connected to us and our sense of self-worth or self-value. I want to come back to that one because that's an important one. The other one that I thought of was, which I mentioned before, time. Some of us are really pressed for time. And So even though we know that making a video is more impactful, at least in certain arenas, than blog posts, written posts, or audio, these things can get in the way of our actually doing it. Now, what are the advantages in doing it? Okay, beyond business, the advantages of making videos on a regular basis is that you get better at it. And this is going to be a long video because I'm going to talk about that for a moment, and I don't have time for a second take. When I worked as an actor for many years, I worked in the theater, and I avoided film and TV auditions because I felt very uncomfortable. Even in the audition room, when there was a camera on, I would feel self-conscious. And so I avoided those. And I said to myself, in my younger years, you should get a video camera and just put it on and spend time in front of the camera. Or you don't have a video camera, but you have a still camera. You should just set it on a tripod and look into the lens. And I didn't do it. And time went by. I have no regrets about that time because I had wonderful experiences in the theater. But I learned later on as a teacher the value of practice. And 3 weeks ago, I made this crazy video, which you may have seen on interview style videos. And, it was thrown together and badly edited. But when I looked at it, I thought, you know what? You got better at being on camera. Just in the last year and a half, you got better. I thought, I had reached a plateau that I would be at for the rest of my life. But I looked at that video and I thought, oh, you actually are doing things that you hadn't done before. And bravo, for practicing. So practice makes it better. Today, I did a track workout. And I didn't run track in high school, but I was talking to my, super athlete friends, and I asked them about, do you get nervous in front of when you're doing a race? Like when you're at the starting line, are you nervous? And they said, well, I used to be, but then I'm not anymore. And I said, it's interesting because I did a race about a month ago. And right before it started, my heart was racing. Like my heart was racing like I'd already been running for 10 minutes. And I had the thought of, hey, this is no good. I'm not even running and already I'm tired. I have to get past these feelings of nervousness. I have to work on that because it's going to inhibit my performance. Well, with the on-camera stuff, there are all these issues that come up in relationship to our own performance that might feel like inhibitors. And the way to get past it is by just doing it, so things will get better. I found that's the case in my life, and I found that's the case with every single performer I've helped. Practice makes perfect. That's the reason why when you go to a conservatory, you perform every day, whether it's music or singing or acting. So the biggie seems to be resistance. The one that's hard to overcome seems to be the one where we have these thoughts about ourselves, that pop up. And sometimes they're sneaky. We're not even aware. Sometimes when I say I don't have time, or sometimes when I say my hair sucks today, or, whatever, it's a irrational kind of like fabrication, which is kind of circumventing some deeper thoughts that might be going on with me in relationship to myself, with some kind of stress that has to do with feelings I have about myself. And so when those thoughts come up, in my better moments, what I do is I say, wait a minute, let's examine these thoughts. Where are these thoughts coming from? Is it really that you don't have the time to do this? Or is it really that you haven't, you don't really know what you're going to say? Or is there something sneaky going on that you're covering up with these rational thoughts? Last thing I want to say, and then I'm going to stop because I do realize this is getting long, is that I don't think this just applies to being on camera. Of course, it applies to everything. So you don't have to be on camera to have a great life. You don't have to, this isn't something you need to do for the sake of even being super successful at business. There are plenty of people that have hired spokespeople, to get on camera. But I think that it's a really cool thing to examine our inner workings in relationship to the thoughts that we have. about our days and our time and what we are or are not capable of doing. Because those, I think, can offer clues to what's going on with us inside. So that's my big old reflection. Happy 4th of July. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And maybe you're at some fabulous barbecue, or, maybe you're on a boat someplace enjoying yourself. All right. We'll talk to you guys later on.